Hey all, this is Eucep again. Still a bit ill, but also very bored, so yeah. I'm going to look at Cybertron Defense. No. This is not Cybertron Defense Hotshot. At least not in my book. This, my dear friends, is Exigeyser, the upgraded form of Exilion from Galaxy Force. Yeah, I know this is the European release, so it's actually Cybertron Defense Hotshot, but I'm not going into details here. I just like Exigeyser way more than Hotshot in terms of naming. Though I'm still a bit iffy about it in another regards. When the prototypes of this guy showed up, it was actually suspected that his name was not Exigeyser, but Kaiser, like Emperor Kaiser. Which, to my opinion, would have been an even cooler name. But, alas, we got stuck with Exigeyser or Cybertron Defense Hotshot. Now, what we're left with after a transformation from a sleek hot rod car is this armored truck, which apparently still has the speed of the hot rod mode. Yeah, right. Consistency and a bit of law of physics never really bothered Transformers anyway, so yeah, we'll just assume this guy can go just as fast as a race car can go. Let's give it a 360. Because I really dig this alt mode. Yeah, there are some robot kibble issues, like you can see his feet. There is this little thingy, which can be used to hold a key as far as people some say, but that doesn't really fit there. It can hang off there and look silly, and I believe his knife can also be held there, but I think it's a lame thing. I think, based on what I see on the inside, I think it at some point would have been a moving part, but who knows. Even in this form, he already has some nice weaponry. So, let's start off. A full rack of missiles and two cannons or high-speed guns, whatever. Nicely molded on the inside here. You see the rocket clusters here. In those regards, this guy is pretty much like he came out of Macross or something like that, because he's loaded with these little things. Then there are, of course, his two cannons on top of his turret, which can point up, point down, and go pretty much all the way back. Rotate fully, and yes, of course, there is the key slot. Yeah, this is not his key. I'm not going to dig it up out of that huge pile. So let's press it in, and oh boy, he got an erection. Yes. More missile pods. Like, what? Does he need even more? Yes, he needs more. And frankly put, these aren't all of them. But we'll see those in robot mode. Now, let's transform this guy. Pull up the turret, just to get some clearance. Also allows him to actually have the turret forward if you want. If you like that aesthetic better, but it leaves a bit of a hole here. So, for transformation, we pull apart. This moves on a double hinge here, at least a hinge here, and his hips there. Then pull out his legs. They can be very, very, very tight on him. But, oh well. put him upright, press on these, which flips out his feet, pull these apart, which also frees up his knife. Yes, why of all things he has also a knife is beyond me, but it looks cool, so I'm not going to complain about it. Now, for his top part, let's put up my camera a bit more. Pull these sides apart. He has, in that regard, somewhat of a similar aesthetic as his previous incarnation, so that's quite nice. Pull down his arms to expose the joints. Press this one up and pull down his head. And here we have Exigeyser. Damn, he's looking good. Damn, he's looking buff. He's going to kick ass and chew bubblegum. And he doesn't even have teeth as a robot. Oh well. This guy is one of the most over-the-top armed Transformers there is. You have Omega Supreme, who has big cannons. You have Fortress Maximus, who's loaded with guns, but this guy nearly rivals even, yeah, the biggest of them all with the most guns, Fortress Maximus. Yeah, it's silly, but it's just a deluxe. Oh well. So yeah, weapons. Yes, more missiles, still deployable. Can put this over his shoulder and activate the key gimmick. More missiles. Even more? Yes, we have even more. Like, you got a problem, punk? You wanna die, punk? No, but yeah. You get the idea. This guy can release one of the most insane barrages of missiles there is. There are very few Transformers who actually have this kind of stuff, and he's doing it all the right way. This guy almost makes me tingle. So let's see him a bit more up close. Let's close up some of these panels after some close-ups. So yeah, all molded in, painted. Has a very nice head sculpt. I believe he has some light piping, but I'm not entirely sure. No, there is no light piping, which is too bad. Actually, his eyes are actually painted in, so yeah. Still some nice detail on his forehead. Several painted applications. Other regions it's a bit sparse. But, oh well. Oops, out of screen. Let's close these up, which makes his articulation a bit easier. Well, as you saw, you can move these over his shoulder. Actually, in this series, if I recall correctly, this is what he actually did for his power-up mode. Not the opening from missiles, but just these going forward. Well. Still looks cool. So, articulation. He can do a full 360 here. He has going in and out due to his transformation, which allows for some decent articulation, even though he's creating a headache for himself. His head can turn around. Sadly, no ball joint, but he can look slightly up due to that hinge, but then you expose parts, so yeah. His elbows, single hinge, just forward, and that's it, sadly enough. So his arms, mediocre, but for his era of toys, it was decent. No waist articulation. Both of his hips are universal joints, so they can swivel in and out. Do nearly a scepter kick. Wow! He actually can stand like this, you know, which is also cool. Move forward. He actually has moving hip parts, which actually have to be forward like this for his transformation back to vehicle. They can move back quite far as well. He has a very tight knee, but no leg rotation of any kind. His feet, due to transformation, can move somewhat, but once again very tight, and they are pretty much locked into this or this position, so no real articulation there either. So, no, but all in all, not too bad, not too shabby. He can look cool, even by just standing firm, looking at you, glaring evilly. Evilly? Nah, he's Exigeyser, he doesn't have to be evil. It just is cool. Now for his little dagger, he can hold it in his hand, because it's still a 5mm pack. He can actually hold it in a hole in his fist to make it a punching dagger. Also very, very cool. And of course he can store it on his leg, like that. But that doesn't really look cool. It's just better with everything going on at the same time. So plug in his dagger, show all his missiles, make sure he is going to kill everything there is. Because, frankly put, he can do it. So he may. Yes. This was Eucep. Highly recommending this awesome mold from the Cybertron or Galaxy Force line. And talk to you later.